Alrighty, so today is day 9 of 30 Days of Pleasure, and today's exercise is called Breath and Rhythm. And it says, inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth with a soft sound. Let your hips sway with your breath. And then it says, deep belly breathing with rhythmic movement. So putting my hips in circles. So I'm just going to start with, all right, let me just calm down a little bit. I get a little nervous whenever I do this. I shouldn't, but I still do. So I'm just going to stretch my neck a little bit. Just, relax, pop your neck. And it says, okay, so I'm just going to start with inhaling through my nose and then exhaling through my mouth. And then I'll add the hip circles. So maybe I'll do that like 5 times. That sounds good. Okay. Now that I've calmed down. Okay, so now I'm going to add the hip circles, and I'm going to go, so this would be, I'm going to go clockwise. And the reason I didn't add the breath, you know what? I'm just going to concentrate on going hip circles, like moving my body in circles, like around clockwise. So going to the front and back and just stretching out my back. So maybe that was nice, but let's go in reverse. And I'm going to slow it down so that I'm able to get like a deeper instead of rushing. And so I get like a deeper stretch in the back of my hamstrings, which have been sore this week. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just going to go in circles in reverse slowly. So forwards and backwards, forwards and back. From left to right. And breathing, of course, is like naturally part of it. But like to get so I'm just going to put my hips, I'm just going to lean back and forth while I explain this. So like, of course, breathing is like natural, right? But focus breathing where I have to concentrate on breathing in through my mouth, in through my nose, and out through my mouth. As I also do hip circles or movements or something, it's it's kind of like that thing where you pat your head and you put your hand on your belly and you make it go in circles. It's kind of hard to do. So for me at least, and this is not everybody because everybody is different, right? But for me at least, I can't do that. And so I like to introduce things one at a time, and so that I get used to it, and then I don't have to think about it anymore. And then when I don't have to think about it anymore, then I can add the other step back in. And okay, so I figured it out. So when I go forward, so I'm going to do instead of doing hip circles, I'm just going to do hip movements. And so for right now, I'm just going to go back and forth. Back and forth. And when I go inhale, when I go forward, I'll inhale. And when I go backwards, I'll exhale. So forward, inhale. Backwards, exhale. And you'll know you're doing it right, because when you go forward, your belly should come out, because you want to breathe in through your belly. And so your belly should get bigger. And so you're leaning forward, your belly's going to get bigger anyway, but your belly should get a little bit bigger than that. Yeah, let's do that. That's easy. So I'm putting my hands on my belly and breathing into my hands, and I'm breathing forward. And then I'm going backwards. And I'm slowing it down. So forward. See, I like that. Okay. Now, hold on. I just need a stretch. Oh, I just want to stretch. So I put my hands up in the air and stretch, really, like stretch as high as I can. I'm just reaching my fingers up to the sky. Okay, that feels good. All right. Now, I'm just going to go side to side, because that feels good, right? So side to side, left to right, and okay, so when I go to my right, I'm going to inhale, and when I go to my left, I'm going to exhale. Inhale right, exhale left. Inhale right, exhale left. Inhale right, exhale left. And you know what? Nobody has to do this, because, it's just no. I'm going to do it, and I'm only telling you because I'm here and I'm stretching and I want to get a better stretch, right? So when I go to my right side and I inhale, I'm just going to put my left arm over my head so I can get a better stretch in. And then when I exhale, I'm going to put my right arm, and then we're going to go to the left. So now when we go back, we're going to inhale. And then when we go from the right to the left, we're going to put the left arm over our head and exhale. I don't know if that made sense to anybody, but it made sense to me. So right hand to the left, and so left arm stays over your head, and we're going to go to the other side. We're going to inhale. And then we're going to put the arm down. Is that how it was? Or is that confusing? Hold on. I think it's better to do the same arm both sides. So the same arm each way, inhaling and exhaling, because it gets confusing. So inhale to the right with the left arm over our head, and then exhale, put it down, and then we take the right arm and we put it over to the left side and we stretch. Oh, it feels good. Actually, so I put my left elbow down on the bed to support me. And I'm just kind of breathing right here for a second, just because it feels really nice. Leaning into that stretch. Just so you know, I am not what is considered to be a flexible person. I've never been able to touch my toes, but I can tell you that this feels good. I'm just gonna stay on my arm here for a second and just breathe in and out, because we don't have to be in a rush to go the other way, right? We can just hang out here. That's nice. Oh. Okay, so then we put the other arm down. We exhaled. I'm gonna move over a little bit on the bed because I didn't leave enough space for me to what's it called? Put my right arm down and prop myself. So let me move more to oopsie. Let me move more to like the middle of the bed, I guess. All right, I'm moving more to like the middle of the bed. Excuse me. And let me. Both arms up in the air and just stretch and pull your fingers up as high as possible. Put my shoulders down. Okay. Now I'm going to go move to the right side. So I'm going to lean my body on I'm going to put my elbow down. And I'm going to support my body with my right elbow. And I'm going to put my left arm over my head. I'm just going to breathe here for a little bit. So inhale. Exhale. Let's do, what was it the other day I did? I did a yoga nidra, right? So it was like inhale for 4, hold for 4, exhale for 8, right? I'm just making this up as I go along. I'm not a yoga instructor. I'm just doing what feels good and what I'm inspired to do in the moment. So, inhale for 4. Hold for 4. And then exhale for 8. Funny, I noticed when I did that my body like relaxed and went down some. So I'm just gonna hang out here with my left arm over my head, just like leaning on my elbow. If your arm starts to get a little heavy, you can put it on your head, just instead of letting it hang, just put it on your head and let it rest there. Rest your ear on your shoulder if you want to. And then sit back up. I'm gonna circle my left shoulder like backwards. I'm supposed to be doing hip movements, but this is good for my body, so I'm just gonna take it. So now I'm gonna circle my right shoulder backwards just a couple times. Like, let's do 6, 5, 6. I'll wait. And then we're gonna roll both shoulders forward 6 times. 1, 2. That was 3, but go at your own pace. 4. Okay, that felt good. I know it's a hip movement, but I'm sitting down, so why not just move the parts of me? So that was good. I like that. It was hot. I think what I want to do is, it would kind of be like a child's pose, but instead of like a child's pose would be like on my knees. And since I'm sitting on my butt like cross-legged, I am going to, and I'm on my bed, I'm going to take some pillows and I'm going to put them in front of me. You don't have to do this, but I'm not very flexible. So I'm just going to keep cross-legged and I'm going to put the pillows in front of me. And because I like in regular yoga, they tell you to bring the ground up to meet you, and there's no way my face is touching the floor. I don't think. Hold on, can my face touch the? Not the. My. Ow. Okay, my face cannot touch the bed from a cross-legged position if I hinge at the hips because my hamstrings are just that tight. If I bring one pillow, does that work? Okay, so one pillow does work, and so I'm hinging forward on the hips. I buried my face in the pillow, and I'm just breathing. You know, I know the exercise says to like do hip movement, but sometimes your hips need to get stretched and mine don't get stretched enough. So I'm gonna take this opportunity to like sit here for a while and stretch. And I added, because I know I'm gonna be here for a while, I added another pillow to support me because I can. And because my hips really do hurt that much to the point where the second pillow does help me. That's why I like doing stuff like this in bed, because you can have pillows and blankets and whatever you need. And then I'm just gonna lay my head on the pillow and just breathe here for a moment. I laid my head on the pillow sideways, so I'm not like smothering myself. I'm just breathing. And maybe I'll breathe here like 8 breaths on each side. I'm going to turn my head the other way. I'm really glad that I added that other pillow because my body is like so hurting from that. And so I'm going to add a third pillow because I can. Maybe it won't be as deep of a stretch, but the both sides are getting stretched equally, so it's fine. So stay here for like 8 breaths in and out. So it feels so good. I actually don't want to get up, so I'm just going to put my chin on the pillow and I'm going to breathe in from here 8. So it's 3 different ways, you know? That was really nice. I still don't want to put it, I still don't want to stop. Because my hips are, honestly, the hips are so tight that I just need to breathe more. So I'm going to just go down. Oh my goodness, hold on. I took the third pillow off. And I'm in the second pillow and just going deeper into the stretch, right? So I gotta breathe. It's like when you go get a massage and they're like breathing. So I'm just gonna breathe. My face is just on the side of my face is laying on its side, and I'm just breathing through it. So the good thing is it doesn't hurt as bad. So I'm just gonna flip my head and put my head back down, face my head to the other side, and count in and out for 8. Or breathe, do 8 breaths, however you want. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Now I'm just gonna face my head forward. Oh, it's deep. This stretch is getting like so deep. Oh. That's a deep stretch. So I was going to take off the third pillow, the second pillow, and just go into the first pillow. But I'll be honest, I can't do that. It hurts. One pillow might be like too much for me. Excuse me. Ow. Because I'm so sore. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sit on the bed and I'm going to stack the pillows back up to 3. And you can stack up however many you want, but I'm just going to lean forward because my hamstrings are so tight that if I lean forward, I need like lots of support. So I just lean onto the pillows and let the pillows support me or whatever you have. And then I need to be able to hold on to something. Okay. I'm going to stretch and reach for the pillowcase edge, and I'm gonna hold on to that. And let's just breathe here. And somebody would ask, like, why are you doing such an intense stretch? And the reason is my body needs to feel, I need to feel safe in my body. And this helps me to feel safe in my body and supported in my body. And I am using whatever I need. And if that means that I use 3 pillows to help me, like, bend, reach forward and bend and hinge at the hips so I can stretch my hips, then I'm going to do that. And if I'm going to do a 15, 20, 30 minute, 40 minute, just a hip stretch, I'm going to do it, because this exercise said, like, to do like a hip thing. So why not, right? And actually, I did a lot of bending forward. So now instead of bending forward, I'm just going to lean back against the bed. Because that's the balance for what we did earlier, right? Because I did a lot of forward stretching, and now I'm going to do lean back and not sit up straight. I'm just leaning back, so just sitting here and breathing. I feel good to, like, sit back sometimes and just relax. Like, grounded, like, into receiving, and just holding on. I'm gonna let go of the pillows. I'm not holding on to the pillows anymore. I'm just hands on my thigh. Fully open. And I'm just fully open to receive the stretch. And it just feels so good. Like, it doesn't seem like that big of a deal, but I'm not keeping track of the breaths. I'm just breathing and receiving. I did a lot of stretching on my hips, so I'm just receiving. I'm going to stay here for a minute until I feel it's time to, like, change positions, right? Because we were in the other position for a while. Or I was. Lean back. Soften into receiving. Adjust if you need to. did good work. I'm just flexing my feet so I can stretch my toes, point my toes, flex my toes. Point my toes towards the air and just stretch. Point my toes towards the front of the room. Point my toes up. Point my toes front. Point my toes up. And then bend your toes backwards and like they're coming at you. So like just getting that extra stretch right there. So forward. Point your toes to the front of the room. Point your toes up. And then point your toes back towards you. That feels probably really good. Oh, that was pretty good right there. Let's give ourselves some head scratches. Yeah. And some good head scratches. Like rub your head a little bit. Put your fingers all up in your head and just give yourself a good head massage. Oh yeah. A good head massage. Let's scratch the back of your head. You know what? I don't really want to lean forward anymore. That hurt. And that was an intense stretch. That's more, I think, more of an intense stretch that you get in some yoga classes. It was longer too, in one position. Longer than any stretch. I've been doing a yoga class for one part of the body. And when your hips are tight, it makes life a little harder. And when I say my hips hurt and I yelp, I swear to God, I'm not exaggerating. Oh, my head is leaned up against the headboard, so let's go left and right. No circles, just left and right. Don't worry about breathing, just left and right. Let's do that slower. Now we're going to go the other way, and we're just going super slow, and just noticing. You don't even have to notice, you can just do it. Just know that you're going slowly to the other side. We're about halfway there. That's how slow we're going. And now we're all the way on the other side. And just stretch your neck really back. Stretch your neck far. Just push your head towards the side that you're on as far as you can. You feel that stretch in your neck. And we're going to go back to the middle. Alright, we're about the middle and we're heading to the other side. So we can stretch the neck on that other side too while we're over there. You should be able to feel the beginning of a stretch in your neck. Yeah. That feels pretty good. Tilt your head back. Let's just lay here for a little bit in the quiet. time to come back. So I'm going to count up to 12, and then when we get to 12, we'll open our eyes and stretch and go about our day. So 1, 2, 3. Stretch the right leg, point the toes forward. 4, 5, 6. Stretch the left arm up in the air, balance, right? And then we're going to take the left hand, and we're just going to take the left hand and stretch, and then down. And then 7, 8, 9. We're going to take that left hand, raise it up in the air, and raise the right hand up in the air. And take the energy and put it in the right hand. Touch the right hand like you're giving yourself a high five. Like, good job. And then stretch that hand in the air. And down. 10, 11, 12. Point the left toe towards the front of the room. And now we're going to stretch everything up. Up, up, up towards the ceiling, toes up towards the ceiling, hands towards the ceiling, and that's the best stretch I've had in a really long time. So, what is tomorrow? Tomorrow is sensation mapping. Focus on how touch feels, not what it means. Warm, ticklish, electric, or neutral are all valid. We're going to use a soft object like feather or silk for a full body sensation play. Well, I don't have silk. I think I'm either going to use my scarves or a pillowcase. So, thanks for joining me, and see you tomorrow.